Hello, we are back with yet another live, and we are going to be chatting with Tamannaah Bhatia.
Hi.
Yay!
Yay.
You look all bright, shiny, and happy. Just what we
You,
needed today.
you know, the thing is, it's just that I've rested so much, and which is what I've been just wanting to do. Uh, I think there's no substitute for rest, and there's no substitute for me time. So I think getting a lot of that because of all the social distancing that we're doing.
So tell me, how is the social distancing going on? I'm sure everybody please share what you're thinking about it. But firstly, you, Tamannaah, how's
You
social
know,
distancing going on? What are you doing?
Rani, I really feel like this time around, if there's anything that I want to tell people, is don't try to do what anybody else is doing. Like, just do what makes you happy, uh, and do stuff that is something that you enjoy, because this is a very unique time, and maybe a time we might never get again. Because, I mean, the fact that we are all at home and we are away from everything, we are not meeting people, we are not doing a lot of stuff we would have in our regular routine. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that we constantly ignore, which is for our well-being, and we kind of push it aside and say, okay, हम लोग बाद में कर लेंगे, but वो कभी बाद में आता नहीं है. So I feel like it's so important to spend this time with yourself. um, I know there are a lot of people who um, aren't as privileged, and there's a lot of pressure on them economically, because this is going to affect everyone and all stratas of society. And I've been like watching the news as well as to what is being done for the daily wage workers, which I'm really happy about, that is being taken care of and that is being given attention. And
Yeah.
the it's something that we need to be very aware of. Of course, I feel I have to really be grateful for the fact that I am in the comfort of my house, sitting with electricity, with water, with food, with my family, in good health. I think there's nothing, that feeling and this experience is priceless.
Yeah.
So I just feel like this is a time I'm really spending in being grateful for just having this time for myself. I have a puppy at home, so I understand that this is a time they are going to really, really take a beating, because otherwise there are so many people on the road, and people
Yeah.
constantly make sure that they're given. I mean, I've seen people really, like general public, take a lot of care, and it's kind of what we really need to do more of right now.
I saw a few people asking and telling you, ma'am, don't go out. I'm quite sure she will not.
Once an entertainer, always an entertainer. So maybe this live is a way for me to kind of interact with my fans. Even in this situation, sometimes whatever I put out on social media is just for them to know that I am still trying to be in touch with them, even though I can't do what I do normally, which is face the camera for movies. But there's so many small things that I can share about my life that I've been doing,
Yeah.
which can be of some use to someone, or even if it's just something that will probably entertain someone who's watching it. I think that effort has to be a constant.
Yeah. And like I discussed, I am going to try spaghetti that you made. Looks yum.
Yeah,
Looks
I mean,
amazing.
I'm really cooking, which I haven't like done consistently. I used to come
Yeah.
once in a while, and whenever I host my friends, I tend to cook, because I love food, and I'm a big foodie. And I've been trying to do as much as health food as possible, because um, but to be honest, I've eaten enough of rubbish as well, which is great. Okay, I've eaten my bhajias, I've eaten my pizzas, I've gone all out, I've done all of that, and I feel like that is a balance, because at the end you cannot. When I talk about health food, I also feel like one needs to strike that balance. There are times when you let go, you eat what you like, but then you balance it off with food that is going to be good for your system. So I always say there's food for your soul and there's food for your health.
There are
Yeah.
questions that people have sent. So let me take few and then we'll go back to our casual chat.
Banter.
Banter. Yeah, that's how it should be. I'm so happy to see you. It feels
I
really
know.
nice. It's been
At
a
least on
while
a video
also.
chat if I can't see you personally.
Atab Hasnoon is asking you, Tamanna, are you coming in web series? If yes, which and when will we? When can we see your charming face?
Well, I am. I was like before all this happened. I was shooting a web show. It's called A November Story, and it's my first web show, first attempt at web, and it's a Tamil web series. That is now everything is subject to how things go because all industries and everyone which needs to happen right now. Everyone's um, maintaining social distance. There's a 21-day lockdown which we are all adhering to very, very strictly because it's extremely important right now. I think everything can wait. Whatever project I'm doing is very, very secondary. I think right now what we really need to do is make sure that we are all safe. Our families are safe. We as a country have to be very, very responsible because the action of every individual. Like मैं आपको एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ मेरे जो बिल्डिंग में जो वॉचमैन रहता है उनको तो पता ही नहीं था कि कोरोना वायरस फैलता कैसे है तो वो कह रहे थे हमने मीट छोड़ दिया है हम चिकन नहीं खा रहे क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि चिकन से होता है सो अभी इस वक्त पे सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी ये है कि हम लोगों को जिन लोगों को वो इंफॉर्मेशन सही तरीके से नहीं मिल रही वो हमें वापस उनको बताना पड़ेगा कि सो आई हैड अ कॉन्वर्सेशन विद हिम एंड आई टोल्ड हिम दैट नहीं ये छूने से होता है आपको आपने अगर अपने हाथ पे कहीं अपने टच किया किसी चीज को जहां पर वायरस है उससे होता है तो I feel like it's just so important to even have this conversation with people who if you happen to interact with, you have to
Yeah.
explain to them. And through social media, we can kind of spread the word for people who are on social media at least and who are unaware of what this is. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, and we cannot harp on it enough. To be honest, like that's what I realized when I spoke to my watchman.
Sahiti Vanka Ma Midi, are you doing a movie with Ravi Teja Garu again?
Well, we are in talks, so hopefully I'll be able to give you a lot more clear information soon.
Okay. This is really nice. SRKS Rakesh 1 is asking us, what's one thing that you always believed in?
I've always believed that for me, family is epitome. There's nothing beyond that. I mean, how much ever I'm so passionate about my work and I'm so like into this. I do it with so much of conviction, and I spend so much of my time doing it. But I've always believed that whatever happens in my life for me, if I have to prioritize for any reason between the two, it's always going to be family first, and then anything else that comes after it. And yeah, like I feel like these times are such a reality check, right? For all of us, like when we're sitting at home, now we're getting time to spend with our family, which we've not been at least for someone like me, I haven't been able to spend adequate time, and I am spending that right now. So I feel like this has been a huge reality check for me. My parents are doing really well, and they are having an overdosage of me. Like I'm literally like mandraving around them, and like I'm doing stuff like I used to do when I was a kid. I am like literally sleeping in the middle of the two,
Uh-huh.
uh, and I'm like, now pamper me. Like I'm literally like lying down between the two of them, and I'm like, what does this say? Bed bahut chota hai.
But
As a
that's
kid,
so
you do so
cute.
many things which at that point you don't realize the value of it. But as you grow older, you value that so much, and you think that's so important.
SRKS Rakesh is only asking, hi Tamanna. This is
Hello.
Rakesh. Congratulations on the completion of 15 years in the Indian film industry. And you have to tell us about your journey till now. And what are your upcoming projects? Kind of the question that I would have anyways brought up, but so that is why I thought might as well ask it through him.
वक्त
So
बहुत
very
तेजी से
simple.
गुजरता है SRK who's asked the question बहुत जल्दी बहुत तेजी से 15 साल हो गए हैं I don't even feel like it's been 15 years also I started very young so I still feel like for me this is almost like starting off all over again because as an artist हमें बार बार अपने आप को reinvent करना पड़ता है आप कितना भी काम कर लो at the end you have to start from scratch every time you choose to do a project and I feel like I am very consciously trying to um, use this time that I have to dig deeper into myself and find a space that is true to me, is authentic, and hopefully when we all come out of this, I'll be able to create content which people like and they resonate with. It's a great time for me to like read up stuff. So I'm reading a lot of scripts right now, which I wasn't able to because I was just filming. So when you're in the process of filming, you don't actually get the time to sit and read scripts because uh, you're just more at shoot. So now is the time I'm kind of looking at more stuff, and and I'm also kind of thinking what I really want.
Another question for you is, how do you deal with the criticism and conjecture revolving around you all your life?
I think criticism is very important. Like I know my like जब मैं even forget like movies and stuff या जब मैं अपने social media पे भी कुछ डालती हूँ, I have been put in a place where I have the power to influence people. So I think being responsible about that is so important. At the same time, having fun is so important because as we all see, life is too short. We have to make sure that we have fun in whatever we do because because that's the point of it all. Otherwise, why are we working so hard? Why are we running after something? So I think criticism actually plays a very important role in helping you shape what you actually want for yourself. So it completely depends on how you use it. So I use it in a way where it's going to help me flourish and going to help me discover myself even better. So yeah, I'm all game for it. In fact, I ask people, like sometimes I literally get hold of people who know me well, and I'm like, please batao, मैं क्या करूँ? Because sometimes that perspective from outside is so important because you lose that judgment sometimes.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's really nice to have that opinion given to you.
I think the very required 21-day lockdown that was announced officially by the government. So if there are people who are anxious or are feeling jittery,
Oh yeah.
How do you think they should sort of be positive, and any advices for them?
Yeah, like I've very dear to me and very close people to me have been experiencing this anxiety and the fear because the paranoia is normal. It comes with the situation that we are in. But I feel like the solution is actually rather very simple, and that is staying at home. There's so much that one can do right now, like with their own time, and I am kind of discovering that. Like for example, something as like this might sound trivial, but I want to watch like all the Harry Potters from the first Harry Potter to the last Harry Potter, like in a sequence. That's like one of my things to do. I've been
Yeah.
wanting to do this, okay, but of course that's not a priority in life because there's so
Sure.
many, you're doing other things and you're running around and you're working and this and that. So I've been like pushing it. I've been like मैं करूँगी जब मेरे को वक्त मिलेगा type of situation. But right now I'm like, you know what? Let me do this because if I have this, there are so many things that we want to do, but we're just postponing it and procrastinating on it. And it could be something small that would make you happy. Like I was
Yeah.
cleaning my cupboard and I found these two lipsticks that I'm searching for. I can't tell you from how long. I'm
It's
searching for these two
absolutely.
lipsticks for the past 6 months. Like I felt like और थोड़ा time अगर मुझे नहीं मिलता तो वो expire हो जाता. But
But
I
now you
can't
can
tell
use
you.
them. Yay.
I found those two lipsticks and I'm like, damn, I am so happy. This is very trivial stuff. I know what I'm saying is very, very superficial, very
That's
trivial,
okay.
but the point is that if this is what takes to make someone happy, then why not?
I just want to tell कि जो लोग भी देख रहे हैं, whoever's joined us right now, we can all see it, and Tamanna can also. Individually saying it'd be very difficult for her, but all the hellos and I love yous what Tamanna is seeing. But if you have question, then we can see it from here. But otherwise, एक साथ सबको hello बोलना है एक बार के लिए. I think they're
Hello,
feeling very less now.
everyone. Thanks to everyone who's just come on the live and is watching this live and being a part of our conversation.
Tamanna, tell me, we were talking about different hobbies that people can pick up.
Yeah.
Were there a few things that you always wanted to do? Like you said, of course, like you're a foodie and you love cooking and you're doing that, you're cooking more. Were there a few things that you always thought, I want to do this someday, but I know don't have the time, maybe someday? Is there a list that you always had?
I really want to like learn a lot of things from my mom. Like there like a lot of like I think sometimes their experiences are great things that we can take, and I feel like as a generation, we haven't spent enough time with our parents and learned like say my language, my mother tongue, for example. I speak better Tamil and Telugu than I speak Sindhi. and I really want to brush up my Sindhi skills because I feel like what can I take forward to my next generation? I cannot teach them my language because I don't know it properly. So I
Correct.
want to spend this time. So I keep telling mom now because we're not used to even talking in our mother tongue. So I'm like, Mom, listen, you got to speak to me in Sindhi because there's no other way I'm learning this. So she forgets, and then I'm like, listen, talk to me in Sindhi.
But you've been asked this question a lot of times, but I know at this time it's again very frivolous. I know people are having a lot of other issues, and we really hope that everything comes together because we are in it. But you've always got compliments for the great skin that you have.
I am
And
going to very soon put out a lot of stuff which is going to be of views on Insta, which I've been doing, which I've been following. It's like a 21-day thing for wellness and for a holistic lifestyle with Tanny. So I'm going to keep posting stuff because I want people to see. See, it's very easy to read up somewhere or to see someone else doing something and say, oh, do this because this is really good. But what I'm trying to do right now is show people the stuff I have been doing, and now I'm just getting back to, because in the middle of like a hectic life, you tend
yeah,
to not, you can't continue doing it. So the idea is to kind of, and I think anyway, everything is not something that you do every day, but you need to keep
yeah.
like you need to keep bringing it back into your lifestyle and introducing it back again, which is how the balance is maintained. So the idea is to kind of share that, and I will be sharing a lot of tips and tricks and hacks um, and lifestyle changes that I have made and has made a huge difference in my life.
Everybody wants to know, what to do. We don't have so many things. We don't have this product. So great.
No, the
Please,
idea
please do
is
that.
to put out stuff which is easy. Like I myself don't do stuff that's complicated. The stuff that I do is extremely simple and very desi and very Ayurvedic and very accessible. Because I
Lovely.
feel like otherwise you're not going to be able to continue doing it. If I
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you, get this product from this part of the world, it's like it's a pain, right? And even if you get it once, how do you keep getting it?
yeah.
So I feel like although the accessibility for everything is very, very easy now, everything's online and it's much easier. But I still feel like the simpler the hacks, the easier it is to follow it.
In this time of, like you were discussing, social distancing, you were telling me your friends keep, video calling you, keep calling you and WhatsApping you. Have you, your fellow actors, been in touch, discussed
Oh
roles,
yeah, oh yeah.
projects? Tell me about that. With whom, and how important are the discussion?
I think like Shruti is someone I've spoken to a lot during this period, and but we inevitably we rarely talk about work, yeah, because we're
Yeah,
really close friends, so we don't actually talk about work. It's we were just discussing about the situation we're all in today, and
yeah,
I think it sometimes takes a pandemic to realize that we're all just human and we're all as vulnerable as each other, and the kind of how much we focus on differences,
yeah,
it's so not required. Like we're all in the same situation today. Whatever be our profession, or whatever be our achievements, or however ordinary or great we think we are, we're all in the same situation. So we're as vulnerable as each other. Um, so I think a virus like this gives us that reality check. So I think that's the kind of conversations we've been having.
Tamanna, are you single? I know the answer to that, but Tamanna, would you want to tell them?
अच्छा मैं बताऊं क्यों?
They all want to know, besides the fact that people want to marry you and all of that. I'm like, one thing is, Tamanna, are you
कोई तो
single?
आ
Because a lot
जाओ,
of guys.
बता दो मुझे, लड़का ढूंढ लो मेरे लिए. Rudrani, you were given that responsibility. You have
Oh
been absolutely
yeah,
unproductive.
I'm going to try
All
my
my
best.
friends have been unproductive in this. This is
I
not.
know, no, I remember we had this discussion. This is for sure. We had this discussion. We will try. Tamanna also has, like we should, has very good expectations, and we all should keep our expectations very high. So it's difficult, but we are still on the way. I can already see people like telling, "Pick me." I'm sure someone is out there saying that I'm ready and stuff like. But we'll have to work really hard. Yeah, Tamanna has very good expectations, so you'll have to see about that. I will ask you to wrap it, to tell them to probably how to stay at home, of course, which you've been telling them for quite some time,
Yeah.
and anything you'd like to tell everybody who's joined us, and to end this chat.
I just like to tell everyone, like you said, right now maintaining social distance is of prime importance, and The reason is that the virus is not going to see who you are. It's going to attack you anyway if you come in contact with like a cross section of people, or come in contact with someone who has it. So it's very, very important we maintain the social distance at this point of time, and
Well said. Thank you.
look out for people who are less privileged than you and who don't have the accessibility of food, water, of electricity. Wherever you can go out and help in whatever way you can help, please go out and help.
I think that's very, very well said. And on that note, thank you so much. Thank you everybody who's joined in. I think you would like to tell bye to all of them. I'm sure
Bye.
it's not
See you
telling.
guys. We'll keep doing these lives to entertain
Yeah,
you
we
and
will.
see you.
Thank you so much, Tamannaah. This was so much fun. And
Thank you.
all the very best. Lots of love. Please give my regards to your parents as well.
Thank
And
you. Same to
bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. See you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Watch E-Town News Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. only on Zoom.